Wow, what I love most about the fashion industry is that everyone really has their own sense of style when you think about it or not. And everyone, all the designers you see nowadays, you think that, is trends, but it's really the designers putting out how they feel and what they see and what they've been through, what they've experienced. It all has an effect on what's on the runway. And that's what I most like about fashion industry. Fashion's always working in cycles. In college, I was an econ and retail management major. So I was able to do like the economics of fashion and how sometimes when the economy is changing, fashion trends are also changing. So, we had the Great Depression in the early 1900s, and then we had the recession, in 2008. And if you see the trends in the certain styles and how it kind of decreased and it changed depending on funding in the economy, it goes in a huge circle. Colors, styles, all of that. And you wouldn't really see that unless you really study it. But I love the circle of fashion because everything is repeating itself, but in a different way. Like, the same fashion, the same structure in a pant, but in a different color because it's a different season. So I genuinely love the circle of life or the circle of fashion. Oh, my favorite era is definitely like the 60s. My mom was a child of the 60s. I love the 70s as well, but I didn't really start to love the 70s and 60s until I really started to research it, and I started to see, pictures of my grandparents, and it was amazing because, you had the afros, you had the bell bottoms, and you had the flamboyant colored tops, and it was just something that was so interesting, and I just thought it had such an impact on actually black culture as well. And black culture is something that's always been expressed in high fashion, on runways and anything like that. So I love seeing that. And big hair is another trend that's coming back, and everyone's trying to go natural. So that 60s sense or that 70s sense of style is coming back again now in 2015. I love the West Coast colors because I think it's just so amazing. Being from, Southern California, you see everyone who's, they always kind of have a smile on their face depending on the person. But I think the sunshine is always out, so people always feel that they need to wear colorful colors or anything like that. On the East Coast, I do see a lot of black. Maybe because, it's winter time, depending on the weather, but black is always something that's always been amazing on the body. It's structured, it's elegant, you can dress it up, dress it down. But I do like being on the West Coast because I'm the type of person that believes in living in color. And I love black, don't get me wrong. But I think living in color, it does something for the face, it does something for the person, it does something for your attitude, and I just love the aspect of colors. The next step in clothing, I feel like it's just gonna keep going. I think as of right now, monochrome, solid colors are really in. But for me, I really want to see more color, like more color. I feel like when people think of color, they think of it as a risk, and it shouldn't be just seen as something that's so risque. I want it to be seen as something that's so fluid, because a lot of people don't know, but depending on their skin tone, color can do a lot for them. It accents them, and if they could just think about it as something it is what it is, just like the color black or the color white, then I'm totally a fan.
Thank you for watching A Wise Way. Subscribe to stay updated, share to pass the knowledge, or view our other videos on the left.